吧，继续。回到这个岛上之后，我先来做这个清除神殿墓室中的灰烬魔好了，因为这个距离最近的就在前面。
Who's there? I knew I heard something.
对啊，来到龙翼的岛，这个是以前玩的时候没有，后来增加了 DLC， 所以这个岛的任务我都没玩过。那正好东宝学院有一些副本要拿，在这个岛上，就顺便过来了。哇，这个灰烬魔打了之后，很多矿物可以捡了。 这应该是有 bug， 对方都死了，他还没有停下来。
You honor the reclamations with your actions. This will not be forgotten. Spirits be praised. I'm hoping you didn't suffer much at the hands of those foul beings.
Please, accept this as a token of my thanks.
Sounds like something from a dream, and yet it might be more. I remember a temple on Solstheim, and working to build something. It was not a pleasant dream. May Azura, Mafala, and Boethia guide you.
这就刚刚进来的地方嘛。可是我发现这个坐标有点不太，位置的坐标有点不太对啊。因为我刚刚进这个地方打的时候是从那一边过来，那边的话我是从这下面进来，然后过来。这个是神殿，这个神殿是在它的正后方。我们的感觉这整个位置有点不太很正确。看一下周遭有没有什么 可以要啊，这个任务我也完成了，这个也可以啦，这个拿去卖掉。OK， 这2个可以先处理掉。
I'm sorry. I've already said too much. Talk to Second Counselor Arano if you're willing to help us.
I work for Mogul. You got a problem?
It's busier now that things are starting to look up. I guess I might stay a bit longer after all. Geldis needs to bottle this up and send it to the mainland instead of wasting his time out here. His drinks are outstanding. Thanks. I'm beginning to like this partnership. Here you go. If you need any supplies, you know where to find me.
I don't know who sent you here, but you've given us something to build on here. I hope so. Goodness, it must have been quite difficult tracking those creatures down out there. Here, take these. They should help you during your journeys. Destroy... I should mix some of this into my next potion. Who knows what would happen?
哦，这个酒可以重复发给同一个人哦。我上次已经给过他们2个。
Remember, I have plenty of potions and ingredients if you're ever in the market.
You got a good... Perfect. I was just thinking about heading over for a drink. Thanks for saving me the trip.
Oh, hello. You... Well, tell Geldis that Miri says she really appreciates it.
Bring your weapons and armor to me. I'll fix it up right.
Mogul doesn't lend coin to outlanders. Look somewhere else.
Headed east.
Welcome to the Retching Netch Corner Club, home of the finest Sioux jammer that will ever grace. Perfect! All that's left now is to go ahead and wait for the patrons to come in. As promised, here's a little something for yourself. How do you think? It's a blessing. I've got regular paying customers again. Thirsty workers at the end of the day, and more coin than I can count. Safe travels, Outlander.
Head over to the Retching Netch and the ash as you float.
don't know what you did in those mines.
Or is it
The
me?
smile on Creature's. He's never been the same since my mother died.
If you witness suspicious activity, report it to Captain Veleth immediately.
Thank you for coming. After everything you've already done for Ravenrock, I hate to ask for more, but I can't risk Councillor Morvain being killed. The Ulan family of House Lalu, a rival great house, has placed a death mark on the Councillor's head. It's a private matter. Let's just say they seek revenge for the execution of one of their own, ordered by Councillor Morvain himself. The problem is I don't have any solid proof that anyone from House Lalu is hidden among us. Only my suspicions. Now that's just ridiculous. As second Councillor, it's my responsibility to protect Councillor Morvain from harm. I'm afraid that one day I'll awaken and discover him dead. And I don't want it to come to that. I do. I've received some information from my sources that there could be elements of Ulan's house, House Lalu, already in Ravenrock. Ravenrock is a small settlement, so it's hard to accomplish anything in secret. If any of them is from House Lalu, I wouldn't be able to make a move without them knowing. Summoning you here was part of my plan. I was hoping you'd be interested in investigating for me. I had a feeling you'd be willing to listen to me. I need you to start out by being my eyes and ears. Search Ravenrock and see if you can root out these traitors. The best place to start would be Geldis Sadri, over at the Retching Netch Corner Club. If he provides you any leads, check them out before bringing them to my attention. I can't afford to make any mistakes. I maintain a few contacts in other Dunmer settlements across Tamriel. Most hail from House Redoran, but there are a few from other houses. Most of my contacts live leagues away from Solstheim. Sending the occasional message back and forth is all we can manage, and sometimes takes months or more to arrive. However, any information we can glean in times like this, I consider vital to House Redoran's survival. Traitors. The lot of them. Their collaboration with the Empire may have given them unrivaled political and economic strength, but their hearts weren't with the Dunmer people. Lalu deserved every bit of hatred they received once the Empire released its grasp on Morrowind. Having past ties to the Empire immediately turned them into the scapegoat for the Dunmer people's suffering. They had welcomed the Empire with open arms and benefited from it. When everything was said and done, they were no longer recognized as a great house and were dismissed from the council. During the Oblivion Crisis, gates to the Plane of Oblivion opened all over Morrowind. The Empire pulled most of its forces out of Morrowind to deal with the gates in their own homeland, leaving us virtually defenseless. We had no standing army at the time, just uncoordinated pockets of resistance. House Redoran took charge and was slowly able to build an army. It took years, but it became a force to be reckoned with. When the Argonians invaded years later, House Redoran's army was able to prevent them from sweeping across all of Morrowind. It would be fair to say that House Redoran literally saved the Dunmer people from destruction. I'm unsure. I swear I know the name, but I cannot place it. I don't think so. I'm not... The name has something to do with the Earthstone, I think, but I'm not sure what. You might think it's all perfume and roses, now that the mine's... Making sure those shipments of ebony make it safe. And with Solstheim crawling with reavers and Azora knows what else, they can't risk any attacks on Raven Rock.
Move along, Outlander.
Welcome to the Retching Netch Corner Club, home of the finest Sioux jammer that will ever grace your lips. Well, well, Adril's got himself a spy, does he? Azura knows he needs all the help he can get. He's been chasing the Ulins for years now. No, I just think he's going about this the wrong way. Actually, I do. If you want to catch those slippery slaughterfish, you need to let them come to you. There's an Ulin ancestral tomb near the temple. Someone's been leaving ash yam offerings on the altar inside. If you were to wait inside for whomever that is, I'm betting they'll have some of the answers you're looking for. What makes you think I haven't? Anytime Adril and the Redarin Guard made a move, the Ulins must have been one step ahead and didn't show up. You can thank me if it works. Until then, I'd head to the tomb and wait until your visitor shows up. Back in 95, Vila Ulin came to Raven Rock with a plan to take over our town. The Fetcher thought he could stir up the locals and use them against the Redarin Guard, and then murder Consular Morvain when we weren't looking. He arrived alone, but spread enough coin around to start changing people's minds. Half the bloody town joined his side. Can you believe that? He underestimated the Redarin Guard. They were organized and brought a swift end to the coup. Vila tried to run, but he was caught by Captain Velith himself. Vila Ulin was executed a short time later, and his remains placed in the Ulin ancestral tomb. When the Dunmer is laid to rest, the body is burned and returned to the ashen soil. Since the ash yam is born of the very same soil, it represents rebirth and renewal, the fact that life ends and begins anew. Come back any time. My doors are always open.
considering the differences between us.
I'm not talking about that. I have a knack for smelling trouble. For some reason, you reek of it.
I promise you, I have nothing but good intentions towards everyone in this town.
You've brought Raven Rock back from the brink, traveler. I don't know how to thank you.
Plenty of work in the mine, if you're looking.
I don't know what you did in those mines, but it put a smile on Cretius's face. I've never seen him so happy. Don't be put off by my husband's mood. He enjoys having visitors.
If you're looking for the East Empire Company, they've been gone for over 100 years. Try Windhelm.
Excuse me. I didn't realize there was anyone else here. I presume the same thing you're doing, leaving an offering for the departed. Forgive my surprise. It's just that I wouldn't expect that sort of behavior from someone who isn't Dunmer. Since there aren't any Ulans left on this island, I've taken it upon myself to leave the traditional offering in their stead. Oh, no bother. We all have a right to be here. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'd like to meditate a bit. Please, I don't wish to be disturbed while I'm meditating.
got our eyes. Can I help you?
I hope Geldis proved useful. Have you made any progress? Telesu. Are you sure? So Geldis's plan worked, eh? Every time we tried it, no one would ever show up. If Telesu's involved in any sort of plot to harm Councillor Morvain, I'm going to need hard evidence to prove it. I'm not kicking down anyone's door until I have solid evidence in hand. If you're wrong about Telesu, things would quickly go downhill around here, and the real culprits might slip away. I can't afford for that to happen. If you have evidence, and it places your life in peril, I would expect you to do whatever you must to keep yourself alive. Here, this key should open the front door of the manor in case they've locked it. Good luck. Villa Ulen wasn't the first Ulen to live in Raven Rock. His father, Valen Ulen, was one of the first Dunmer to settle here. Unlike his son, Villa, Valen was a good man. He contributed to the community and was quite respected. When Valen died, his family provided the funds to construct the tomb. The Ulen family being a part of House Lalu didn't matter. It's Dunmer's tradition for the ashes of the deceased to be placed in an ancestral tomb. Valen Ulen and his son's remains were both laid to rest there because that's what he'd requested. Telesu is wife to the family patriarch Vendel. They have a single child, a daughter named Miri.
May I have a word?
They arrived here 10 years ago and have been nothing but a benefit to Raven Rock ever since.
I was concerned about our food.
They're quite wealthy and they've been quite generous by sharing their fortune with the community. They've contributed coin, food, supplies, even helped repair a few of the buildings in town with their own hands.
I fear we'll be feasting.
People have mentioned it's a bit odd about how close in age Mary appears to be to her father, but that's hardly a cause for alarm. Just make sure you find solid evidence. If I accuse them without it, I'll be the laughing stock of the colony. Be careful. If the Severans have betrayed us, then they'll be well armed.
You look able to venture outside of town. Perhaps you could help me recover something precious that was lost. A few months ago, I had sent an important folio to the first edition bookshop in the Imperial City to be rebound. They sent it back to me recently, but it never arrived. Yes, the Strident Squall, or something like that. The damn thing sunk right off the coast of Solstheim. Can you imagine? One of the sailors survived. Poor thing crawled all the way to Raven Rock on his hands and knees. Before he died, he told the Redoran Guard about the wreck and warned us that it was going to be crawling with reavers. Thank you. You have no idea how much it hurts losing such a precious heirloom. My husband is second counselor, so I certainly have the means to reward you if you find my folio. You've brought Raven Rock back from the brink, traveler. I don't know how to thank you. Why does that sound so familiar? There's no one here by that name, and yet I swear I've heard it. I don't know. It almost feels like a dream. Something about a temple on the island. My husband is second counselor, so I certainly have the means to reward you if you find my folio.
所以呼啸号不在这个岛上。OK， 那这个后面再处理吧。
Do you need something? If you say so.
看样子我来错时间了，是不是换成半夜进来，他在睡觉的时间来比较恰当一点呢？ shit， 怎么还是有人啊？靠北啊！这是他的女儿啦，米莉的样子。
Hello? Who's there?
I know you're in here.
等一下，来，哎呀，露馅了，开箱子不行，哈哈，哎呀，重来。啊，不睡觉了吗？现在几点啊？2点。哎，所以我还是要白天进来啊。他女儿米莉就不在，然后白天有时候他人好像会出去。看一下哦，那好，转成白天好了。哇，这时间点不好抓啊！这一个。
House Lalu. Ulan. Bloodbreaker!
House Lala will have its revenge.
我等一下可能要重新载入再试一次，看看能不能不砍2个人，也能解这个任务。所以可以确定，他就是内鬼啊，准备要暗杀议员的。我回头重新载入一次，看看有没有办法，不杀人解这个任务。
I don't know who sent you here, but you've given us something to build on here. Take a look. Remember, I have plenty of potions and ingredients if you're ever in the market. The mines are open and the shop is busy again. Thank you.
You got a good thing going here now that you've reached the finest weapons and armor. Bring your weapons and armor to me. I'll fix it up
Still
right.
a dangerous place.
With the Ashbourne threat taken care of, I can give my men the rest they deserve. Well done, friend. Modin Veleth, captain of the Redoran Guard, at your service. It can be. Even the most experienced warriors can fall prey to petty distractions. They usually didn't amount to much, but they make my job that much harder. Some of my own men have become quite accustomed to a spirit they called Emberbrand wine. Despise the stuff myself. It's powerful and tremendously addicting. I've seen men fail to finish even a single flask. If I knew where they were stashing the bottles, I'd put an end to it myself. You would? That would be helpful. I just don't have time to do it myself right now. They're too smart to have left it in the bulwark. I'd search one of the abandoned houses on the outskirts of town. Ah, this is bone mold armor. Quite impressive, wouldn't you say? It's fashioned from actual bone that's been reinforced with a resin-like material and then shaped to form the armor plating. It might appear brittle, but I'd wager it could stop the blow of a weapon better than iron or steel. All of the soldiers in this town are Redoran Guard. Some of the best warriors that House Redoran has to offer. I've spent quite a few years honing their skills, and I can assure you they're not just your average city guard. To protect Councillor Morvain, of course. He has quite a few friends on the council back in Morrowind, and they wanted to ensure his safety while he was here. Other than that, I'm not at liberty to discuss it. Find me that stash of wine. I'm itching to be rid of it.
结果我猜错了，还以为在这边可以找到。 哎，保险箱号我还。哎，这次怎么摸不到保险箱的钥匙啊？还好可以开，还好开锁还可以。
What now? I knew you'd miss me.
Can I help you?
Did you find any evidence at Severin Manor yet? Then we finally have them. All that remains now is chasing them down and bringing them to justice. Good. I'm going to send 2 of the best Rerenn Guard we have to take them down. I want you to assist them any way you can. If even one of these House Lalu Swits escapes, they won't just be after Councillor Morvain. You've proven devastating to their plans, and they'd stop at nothing to hunt you down. It's time to take the fight to them, and finish this. See that you do. We can't afford to let these traitors slip away. Ashfallow Citadel's been abandoned for a long time. Be ready for it.
time to die!
I'm gonna bleed you. Die, Outlander! Gorath.
Who's there?
看样子禁卫军已经先挂掉了。
Who's there? Who's there? I knew I heard something.
Give it your best.
I knew I heard something. I knew it.
It's not my time.
哇，我没有存档，哎，我刚刚不是用了药水吗？对。
There's someone there. Who's there? I knew I heard something. That'll teach you. Knew I heard something. Who's there?
Stop hiding, cowards. I'll make it quick, I promise. It's not my time.
My... Confound.
I join you in
House Lala will have its free... And...
等一下，我刚刚有吃药水，怎么没效？哇，这样。
House Lala will have its revenge.
I join you in death.
记得刚刚在这边有看到重甲，这是轻甲，这是重甲。我觉得它的保护值好像没有我现在身上穿的来的好哎。好，我先拿好了。OK， 这样就有一套了，4套，4个有一套，我觉得没有比较厉害。它的护甲是210，如果再把它提升起来，应该也没办法到我的401吧。OK， 这个任务算是结束了，回去交差吧。10年不晚。
If you intend to wander Solstheim, you do so at your own pace.
Can I help you?
You've brought Raven Rock back from the brink, traveler.
Well, what happened?
I don't know how to thank you.
Were you able to track down Vendel? Out with it! Then, it's finally over. What of the Redoran Guard I sent to assist you? Damn it. I was hoping to protect our people by sending them, not end up with casualties. To think that Vendel would stoop so low as to hire those fetchers. I'm glad you killed him.
May I have a word with you, Counselor?
Simply wonderful. Councillor Morvain will be quite pleased when he hears about this.
I was concerned about our food stores. Jallan can only carry so much on each journey.
Follow me, and I'll take you to the Councillor so you can speak to him yourself. Excuse me, Councillor Morvain. I have some wonderful news.
Adril, I haven't seen a smile on your face like that in a long time.
This visitor has single-handedly dealt with a threat that could have ended your life. Vendel, Telesue, and Miri Severin weren't who they appeared to be. I'm afraid they were here to avenge Villa Ulan's death.
Vendel? But he's done so much for Raven Rock. How could this be possible?
They did it to gain our confidence, Councillor. They had us all fooled. I should have been more vigilant. I'm sorry.
Don't say that. It's not your fault, old friend. And you... step forward. What you've done for me, for all of Raven Rock, goes far beyond what I would have expected from a traveler to our town. For this, you have my deepest gratitude.
How much longer do you intend to serve as his shield, Adril?
Now, I'm certain Adril was prepared to reward you appropriately for everything you've done. However, since a bit of coin hardly seems like enough, I've decided to provide something more substantial.
I'm sorry,
Since
my
the
lord.
Severin
It's this
family,
island.
or whoever
It's
they
never
were,
felt the same since
turned
we
out
left
to be
Vardenfell.
criminals, their
It's as though
property
a
is
part
now
of me is
forfeit.
missing.
As
Every
Councillor,
Dunmer left
I
a piece
hereby
of
award
themselves
you
behind
Severin
in part
Manor,
of our homeland.
and everything
All
contained
we can
within.
do is
You've
make
earned
the
your
most of
citizenship
what we
here,
have.
and I hope you'll consider staying with us as a member of our community.
I can't thank you enough for reopening the Ebony Mines. You've brought light to the darkness, my friend.
Head over to...
OK， 我要去吃饭了。去吃饭之前，我先看一下他给我的房子，应该就是刚刚潜进去的那一个地方吧，去看看。
You succeeded where I failed by ending the threat to Councillor Morvane's life. Come off the road.
It's busier now that things are... You're making my buyer happy. Keep them coming. If you need any supplies, you know where to find us.
I don't know what you did in those mines, but
I have a
put
knack
smile
for
on-
smelling trouble. For some reason, you reek of it.
I promise you, I have nothing but good intentions towards everyone in this town.
“好吧，就这样子吧，我要去吃午餐了。”下午再继续。